Hello, welcome to the Villages, Florida. My name is David. I'm a realtor with Florida Realty Investments, and this is our weekly look at the real estate market here in the Villages. If you're interested in buying or selling a home in the Villages or its close proximity, please contact me at DavidisinFlorida@gmail.com. I will start out by pointing out two things. First, please make sure you check the date. We produce this show every Monday. Make sure that you're getting the most recent information. Second point is that all of this information is drawn from the multiple listing service, which is the third party real estate marketplace here in the Villages. The MLS does not include any new homes that the Villages themselves are selling, nor does it include properties that are listed with the Villages on their own internal VLS system. So let's begin. This week, we're going to begin with something new. This is a graph from Redfin. It's a 4-week rolling average of homes that have reduced their prices. And you can see that for the period ending July 10th, the percentage of homes that have a price drop is 7%, which is the highest in almost 10 years. Another graph that may give us pause is this one. This graph shows us home builder sentiment, and the 12-point drop that we've just seen is the largest drop in home builder sentiment that we've ever seen, not including the cataclysmic drop in during the early stages of the COVID-19 pandemic. We can also look at this graph, which shows us traffic of prospective buyers, and you can see that except for the crash during the early days of the COVID pandemic, this is the largest drop that we've seen in terms of prospective buyer traffic. So let's turn our attention now to the Villages itself. Total number of listings continues to climb. This week, as of 7/18/2022, there are 225 properties listed for sale in the Villages. They range in price from $169,000 to $1,975,000. The number of listings has increased basically every week since the 2nd of May. If we take a closer look at current listings, we can see that in the $100,000 to $200,000 price range, there are currently 2 properties for sale. If we look at the most active price segment, which once again is the $300,000 to $400,000 price range, currently 84 properties for sale. Last week there were 76, the week prior 71, the week prior to that 65, and the week prior to that 65. Once again, $300,000 to $600,000 is by far the most active price segment in the Villages. This graph, which tracks the listing price per square foot, shows us that listing prices per square foot do seem to be generally trending downwards and have been for the last 3 months. Currently, all listings in the Villages average a $292 a square foot asking price. We can also take a look at how long properties are staying on the market. Of all listings on the 4th of April, they had been on the market an average of 24 days. That is now close to 38 days on the market as an average for all listings. Definitely taking longer to sell a house these days. This map, which shows all active listings in the Villages as of 7/18, shows you that properties are available throughout the entire Villages area. New listings don't really reveal much. We can see that since we started doing the show on the 11th of April, the number of new listings every 7 days has remained fairly constant at around 30 new listings every 7-day period. If we want to take a look and see what price segments are seeing new listings, we can see that the $300,000 to $400,000 price range has 15 new listings this week. It's interesting to note that over 700,000, there are very few new listings and have been very few listings over the last 5 weeks. Next, we turn our attention to properties that have sold over the last 7 days. These are properties that have closed. And while we had been hovering between 30 and 40, we now seem to be bumping down into the low 20s. Over the last 7 days, only 25 properties closed, and the prior 7 days saw only 22. If we want to take a closer look at what properties have sold, you can see that over the last 7 days, 11 properties sold between $300,000 and $400,000. Previously, the prior week, only 8 sold. Prior to that, 16, 12, 15, etc. By far the most active price segment, $300,000 to $400,000. If we take a look at how long it's taking for homes to sell, we can see that for properties that sold over the last 7 days, it's taking close to 14 days to close, where that number was 3 days in early May. Definitely taking longer for houses to sell. Now let's look at price per square foot on properties that sold. And while we have remained fairly constant around $260 a square foot, it does appear that we may have seen the highs in prices per square foot. It looks like the trend generally will probably follow nationwide trends. And we come to our final two graphs. The first is what percentage of properties in the villages are currently being listed for less than their original asking price. We've just crossed the 50% mark, where more than half of all properties for sale in the villages are currently being offered for less than their original listing price. This graph shows us that the average percentage decrease from the original listing price is currently close to 5.25%. It does seem to be gradually rising. It's hard to believe that nationwide trends towards lower prices will not be affecting the villages' real estate market. So that concludes this week's report on the real estate market here in the villages. Once again, my name is David. I can be reached at DavidisinFlorida@gmail.com. If you are interested in buying or selling a home in the villages or its close proximity, please contact me at DavidisinFlorida@gmail.com. If you have any questions on real estate, I'll be happy to answer them for you. And if I don't have an answer, I will be happy to research to find an answer for you. The same thing applies if you're trying to get some idea as to what your home is currently worth. I'll be happy to research that for you too. Hope to hear from you. Take care.